Thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Another error by the VA, and this time we're looking at $100 million in incorrect payments. Here's the question. Does this impact you? Are you one of the people that received incorrect payments? My guess is that if it's $1 million in incorrect payments, we're talking now about overpayments, of which the VA loves to come back and rip and claw the money back from your pocket. So with that, I'm going to dive into this. This is on Military Times. This just came out August 1st in the evening, and I'm sharing it with you here first thing in the morning to bring it to your awareness. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. The two asks, like always, look, hit that thumbs up, let the video run if you have the ability to do so. I get it. Look, everybody's crunched on time. Everybody needs to move on. But if you are able to let the video run, that really does help tell YouTube to push it to more of us. If you want to support the channel in other ways, you can do that by becoming a member. You can go to the homepage and you will see highlighted members and a join button there. All right, so let's jump into it. The headline here on Military Times is VA claim errors. Already, it just sucks. VA claim errors result in $100 million in incorrect payments, says a watchdog group. Yeah. I'm not going to go down my whole list of things that are just driving me nuts with the VA and their leadership and the calamity of errors that we have seen, but there has been a lot. So let's jump into this and see what we can find out with regard to this $100 million. So, mistakes is the first word. No kidding. Mistakes by employees at the Department of Veterans Affairs while processing claims for veterans rated as 100% disabled resulted in around $100 million in improper monthly compensation payments, according to a July report from the VA Office of Inspector General. Wow, if that doesn't get your attention, especially if you're 100% rated. I'm going to read part of that again. So mistakes by employees, right? Mistakes by employees processing claims for veterans rated 100% disabled resulted in around $100 million in improper monthly compensation payments. The roughly $9.8 million in overpayments and about $84.7 million in underpayments. Wow. All right. The roughly $9.8 million in overpayments and about $84.7 million in underpayments to impacted veterans occurred as a result of claims processors not consistently following policies and procedures, the report said. Wonderful. A rating of 100% for compensation may be assigned even when the overall disability rating is less than 100%, but the veteran is considered to be unable to get and maintain a job due to service-connected disabilities, the report noted. So right there, they're talking about TDIU, folks. That's total disability, individual unemployability. Typically, you're going to see somebody who's rated 60, 70, 80, or 90% who's deemed total disability, individual unemployability, and paid out at the 100% rate is what they should be paid at. So let's move on and see. The watchdog team reviewed statistical samples and estimated that 74% of claims granted for those with a disability compensation rating and 76% of those denied between May 22nd and April 2023, not May 22nd, May 2022 and April 2023 had at least one claims processing error. Whether the Veterans Benefits Administration, the department's agency which handles the complex financial disbursements, is processing veterans' claims effectively enough served as the subject of a House panel meeting last week. We have taken corrective action on 95% of all the cases identified in that report. We should have the remainder done here shortly, Ronald Burke Jr., the Deputy Undersecretary for Policy and Oversight at VBA, said during the hearing. The VA Watchdog report made several recommendations to improve accuracy in individual unemployability claims decision, including updating guidelines, guidance, enhancing information systems, improving training, and evaluating workload distribution. Since COVID-19, the pandemic, in-person training has been replaced with virtual training and does not provide the tools needed for processors to succeed, according to Linda Parker Cooks from the Union American Federation of Government Employees. Representative Chris Papa said during the hearing that many VA processors were hired to assist in response to the high demand with processing claims as the result of the PACT Act, the Promise to Address Comprehensive Toxics Act, also known as the PACT Act. That was signed into law in 2022. The expanded veterans' eligibility for disability benefits related to injuries from toxic exposure. A July report from the Government Accountability Office found that training for claims processors at the VA needs to be enhanced. It noted that in fiscal year 2023, VBA processed over 2.2 million claims for disability compensation and provided about $136 billion in benefits to veterans with service-connected disabilities. However, it had not fully implemented some of the recommendations the government watchdog had made a few years prior. Elizabeth Curda from the GAO said during the hearing that an effective training program is needed to, 1, help new claims processors become fully proficient, and 2, for seasoned staff to maintain their knowledge and skills even in an ever-changing complex environment. Burke acknowledged that there is room for improvement. We've asked ourselves, what can we do better? How can we better prepare our claims processors? So, man, this is a lot to take in. So there's two sets of folks. It looks like it's targeting TDIU, Total Disability Individual Unemployability. Again, these are individuals, for those that don't know, have been rated typically in between 60 to 90%. So you have a 60, 70, 80, or 90% rating with the VA. However, your service-connected disabilities are such that it makes it practically impossible to hold or maintain a job. Therefore, you can essentially petition the VA for a 100% pay. It's not your rating. Your rating will still remain 60 or 70 or 80 or 90%, but you will be deemed as a 100% for payment. So that's where we get the permanent, or not the permanent, but that's where we get the total disability individual unemployability. The total disability refers to 100% payment. So again, just to recap, what they're stating here is that $9.8 million in overpayments and about $84.7 million in underpayments. Are you one of those? Did you get underpaid or did you get overpaid with regard to your TDIU? My suggestion is reach out to the VA and have them do an audit. Now, look, you might be in the overpayment section, which means you're going to have to pay money back. Make sure that you talk with the VA and make sure that it's something that's going to be suitable and doable for you and your financial situation. In the event that you're overpaid, or in the event that you're underpaid, well, then you got money due, and it looks like it's about an 8 to 1 or an 80 to 20, 85 to 20, or what, I can't even do math. An 85 to, that doesn't add up to a million or 100 million. So their numbers don't add up to 100 million, so that's what's kind of throwing me off. So 84.7 million to 9.8 million. So whatever, it's kind of like it's almost an 85-15 split, right? So in any case, you can work with an accredited rep, have them look into it for you, see if you were underpaid, overpaid before you make any sort of formal action. But you might want to just keep your eyes open, because they might figure it out and come after you if you owe them money. Make sure you communicate with them. Don't ignore the letters, because they will just take it one full check at a time until you're up to date. So you want to make sure you get on some sort of a payment plan if you've been overpaid. For the underpayments, hopefully you get it soon. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.